Good morning. Today let us discuss the exercises under black aeroplane. On page number 40, under thinking about language, the word black in different contexts and the difference in meanings in these contexts are discussed. So let us go through the text. Study the sentences given below. A. They look like black mountains. B. Inside the clouds, everything was suddenly black. C. In the black clouds near me, I saw another aeroplane. D. The strange black aeroplane was there. The word black in sentences A and C, that is, they look like black mountains and in the black clouds near me. They refer to very darkest color. In these two sentences, we can see that it refers to the dark color. Black mountains and in the clouds suddenly turned black. But in sentences B and D, it doesn't refer to the color, but it signifies the lack of light there. So that is what is told in the remaining paragraph. But in B and D, it means without light or with no light. So we can come to the conclusion that black, the word black, has a variety of meanings in different contexts. Then they come up with more examples like, I prefer black tea I prefer black tea means I prefer tea without black. And in the next sentence, with increasing pollution, the future of the world is black. There it doesn't denote the color, but it suggests that the condition would be very depressing. With increasing pollution, the future of the world is very depressing, without hope, or you can say without hope. So the next exercise is based on the word black. What do the word black suggest in these sentences? That is what is given there. So the meanings of the word black in the sentences given below. You can go for the first sentence. Go and have a bath. Your hands and face are absolutely black. What does the word black mean in this particular context? The meaning is they are absolutely dirty. So the next sentence. The taxi driver gave Ratan a black look as he crossed the road when the traffic light was green. What does the word black means in this context? Gave him an angry look. The next one. The bombardment of Hiroshima is one of the blackest crimes against humanity. There also blackest denotes the most cruel or something which is not at all appreciable. Now the fourth one. Very few people enjoy Harold Pinter's black comedy. It has nothing to do with color black there. It simply means a particular type of comedy. Now, fifth one. Sometimes shopkeepers store essential goods to create false scarcity and then sell these in black. What does black mean there? It means unauthorized selling. And sixth one. Villagers had beaten the criminal black and blue. What does that mean? Black. Mercilessly in a very bad manner. He was beaten in a very bad manner or beaten mercilessly. So that is about the word black there. So the next exercise is associated with the word fly. Look at these sentences taken from the lesson you have just read. I was flying my old Dakota aeroplane. The next sentence. The young seagull had been afraid to fly with them. In the first sentence, the author was controlling an aircraft in the air. Another example is children are flying kites. In the second sentence, the seagull was afraid to move through air using wings. So we can see the word fly has got different meanings. In the first sentence, they are talking about controlling an aircraft, and in the second sentence, to move through air with wings. So you are given a few phrases which includes this word, and you are asked to match the phrase with its meanings. Now, first one is fly a flag. Second one, fly into rage, fly along, fly high, fly the coop. You get the right answers here. Fly a flag means, to fly a flag means to display a flag on a long pole. Fly into rage, become suddenly very angry. Fly along is moving quickly or suddenly. Then fly high means to be successful. And fly the coop, to escape from a place. The next exercise, you are given again words related to flight. Swoop, ascend, sink, descend, stay, flit, float, dart, soar, and so on. You get a set of words and you are asked to pick out the words that is similar to or nearly the same as the word fly. So that's an assignment for you. You can go through all the words, and you can seek the help of a dictionary if you want, and then select words that has meanings similar to fly. And you get more speaking as well as writing task below that. You're asked to narrate one of your experiences when you had been alone during a thunderstorm, how you felt then, or how scary you were, and so on. You can write a paragraph on that particular experience. Then again, you can go for a comparative study between how a baby learns to walk and comparing it with that of the plight of the seagull, the young seagull, how it learned to fly. So you can go for a comparative study, or you can go for a comparison between how a baby learns to talk with how baby birds learn to fly. Then again, you get another task. You can make a guess regarding, you can guess what might be the reason or give an explanation for the phantom plane that you find in the black aeroplane. So give an explanation to the appearance of the phantom plane. Was it a reality? If it was a reality, who was the pilot who was flying the plane? Or was it a hallucination? So you can come up with a solid explanation regarding what you think might be the situation there. And the last one is to narrate an experience related to flying. You can talk about your own experience of being in an aeroplane for the first time, or you can talk about like flying a kite, your experience related to flying a kite, or you might have watched a bird learning to fly, or something like that, something related to flying. So altogether, I have given you so many tasks. These you may not write in your notebook, but the task I gave you, long back I asked you to write about what true liberty is. That was the first task I gave you after this online session had started. The second one was whether to promote zoos or not. That also you need to write in your notebook. And then the progression of airplanes or progression of motor cars, or you can go for migratory birds and its track, the route, or the wingspan of birds. These are the different tasks I ask you to write in your notebook. Regarding the last one, that is the 4 topics, you may select one, either the progression of aeroplane or motor cars, or you can go for migratory birds and the bird's wingspan. So out of the 4 topics, you need to write only one. You can select one topic of your choice and write a paragraph on that. And I'm planning to make each one of you speak through the last the discussion session, which we are planning to include during the last 5 minutes. And so be prepared to speak on any of these topics. If you don't find the serious topics comfortable, you can go for personal experiences which you heard right now, talking about your first experience of flying, or giving a solid explanation regarding the black aeroplane in this lesson, or to have a comparative study between how a human being, a child, a baby, learns to talk, and how comparing it with a baby bird, how it learns to fly. Now the next poem you get in the textbook is how to tell about wild animals. It is written by Carolyn Wells, a poetess who comes from America, and she is remembered largely for her popular mysteries, children's books, and humorous verse. Mostly she has gone for this humorous poems. And this one too, How to Tell About Wild Animals, it is a humorous poem which narrates, which tells us different ways by which we can identify a wild animal. And this poetess is especially noted for her humor sense, and she has written a number of nonsense verse. Nonsense verse is nothing but a poem which is written not following any particular patterns, or which doesn't have any rhyming words or rhyming scheme and so on. So it is something which we can, which a poet writes from her own, and no particular pattern is followed. So, now to the poem. This humorous poem suggests some dangerous ways to identify wild animals. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you shall know it is the Asian lion. So she comes up with an idea to identify a lion. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, if you happen to visit the jungles of the east, referring to the places like places you can find in Asia, like India, Japan, or China. If you happen to go in places like these, and especially to the jungles, and if there you find advancing towards you, coming towards you, a large and tawny beast. Large and tawny refers to yellowish brown color, beast, animal. Tawny beast, and if he roars at you as you are dying, if he starts roaring at you as if you feel that you are going to die, it roars at you so loud as if you feel that you are about to die, you will know it is the Asian lion. You are certain to believe that it is certain that it is an Asian lion. In the next paragraph, she comes up with steps that would help you to identify a tiger. Or if sometime when roaming round, a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you, This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. Or if sometime when roaming around, what's roaming? To walk around without a particular aim or direction. Roaming around, a noble wild beast greet you. Noble in the sense, a particular having such qualities which makes people admire, like honesty or caring others and so on. So a noble wild beast. Tiger is compared to a noble beast, very well behaved. You know, if you observe how it walks around or how it roams around, you can see its dignified gait. And so the tiger is considered as a noble animal. And you find a noble animal greeting you, coming across, and with black stripes on yellow ground. Ground means background. Its body has black stripes on yellow background. And just notice if he eats you, and just wait a moment and see if it eats you up or not. And this is a simple rule. And if you find him pouncing on you, or if he eats you up, this is a simple rule that you can use to distinguish or to identify the Bengal tiger. Now the third stanza. This suggests the ways by which you can identify a leopard. It's strolling forth. Strolling, walking without, again, in a leisurely, slow pace. If strolling forth a beast you view, if you happen to see another animal whose hide with spots is peppered. Peppered in the sense is spotted, is fully covered with spots. Whose hide is the skin of the tiger, whose skin is totally covered with spots. As soon as he has leapt on you, you will know it is the leopard. So while roaming around or having a leisurely walk, again if you see an animal whose body is covered with spots, and it happens that it pounds on you, it leaps on you, and you can be certain that it is none other than a leopard. It will do no good to roar with pain, since you find the animal pounced upon you, or if you find that it has leapt on you, you can be certain that it is a leopard, and it is of no use to cry out with pain, because that would only result in the animal getting all the more excited, and it would just go on leaping and leaping, carrying you along with him. So that is the technique suggested by the poetess to identify a leopard. And the fourth one, it is about a bear. If when you are walking round your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very, very hard, be sure it is a bear. Be sure it is a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he will give you just one more caress. So if when you are walking round your yard, even when you are roaming in your own yard, courtyard, if you happen to meet a creature there, and what does the creature do? It hugs you very hard, very tight, and then you can be certain that it is none other than a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he will give you just one more caress. So if at all you are doubtful whether it's a bear or not, and if you make any move to check, the bear give you one more caress. Caress is a gentle stroke or a touch, and it will give you one more care, and that would be enough. That hug would be enough to put an end to your life, and you would be no more. Though to distinguish beasts of prey, a novice might nonplus, the crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. Hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. So then the poetess take care of the ones who are less familiar with this task of identifying animals. She says that not all people are good at identifying animals. So she takes care of the ones who are not so good at identifying animals. And she says that, though to distinguish beasts of prey, a novice might nonplus. So distinguishing or identifying the beasts of prey, such animals who hunts and kill animals. Beasts of prey, a novice might nonplus, a new person. Novice is a person who is new to a job. A novice might nonplus means a novice might be confused, or he may be totally baffled. He may be confused. He can be easily confused in the task of identifying animals. Such people can go for identifying a crocodile or a hyena, which is very easy when compared to identifying other animals. The crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. This is the way you can identify a crocodile or differentiate a crocodile from a hyena. Hyenas come with merry smiles. Hyenas are animals which cry aloud, and their cry can be compared to a human laughter. So hyenas come with merry smiles, whereas if they weep, they are crocodiles. So crocodiles are known to weep. Crocodiles, especially when they swallow their prey or swallow something, tears comes out of their eyes. So they are said to be crying. So this identification technique is meant for people who are not so familiar with identifying animals, and so they can go for identifying a crocodile, which will be seen crying, and hyenas, which will be seen laughing aloud. And the last paragraph, she comes up with another animal, which is a chameleon, and she says that it is very easy to identify a chameleon. A true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. He hasn't any ears at all, and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, it is the chameleon you see. So a chameleon is very small, and it looks almost like a lizard, and it has no ears at all. You can't see any ears, and not a single wing. It doesn't have any wings also. And if there is nothing on the tree, if you happen to notice that there is nothing to be seen on the tree, you can be certain that it is a chameleon. Why? Because chameleons are good at camouflaging themselves, because when they sit on a green background, they turn green. If they sit on a brown background, they would turn brown in color. So chameleons are known to have this quality of changing the color of their skin. And so if you find nothing on a branch or a tree, you can be certain that it is a chameleon. So Carolyn Wells comes up with techniques that you can use to identify wild animals. And of course, you know that they are dangerous ones. And as I told in the beginning, this is a humorous poem, just meant for fun. Let us go through the poem once more. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you will know it is the Asian lion. Or if sometime when roaming round, a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. Discern is to recognize or identify. If strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, As soon as he has leapt on you, you will know it is the leopard. 'Twill do no good to roar with pain. He will only leap and leap again. If when you are walking round your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very, very hard, be sure it is a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess, he will give you just one more caress. Though to distinguish beasts of prey a novice might nonplus, the crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. Hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. The true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. He hasn't any ears at all, and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, 'tis the chameleon you see. Now let us check the rhyme scheme of the poem. Take the first stanza, the last words in each line. First is chance. You can see it doesn't rhyme with east in the second line, but it rhymes with advance in the third line. So you can mark it as A, the last word of lines first 1 and 3. So mark it as A. And then take the second line, the last word is east, which rhymes with the last word in fourth line. That is east and beast. So mark it B. And then the last two lines in the first stanza, dine and lion. Dine and lion. So those two lines, mark it as C. So you can find that the rhyme scheme is AB, AB, C, C. So just the same with all the stanzas. Here you have the second stanza, round and ground, rhymes together, that makes A. Then you and you, the second and third line, that gives you B. And the last two lines, learn and discern, which gives you C. And now to the questions there. Thinking about the poem, does dine really rhyme with lion? Can you say it in such a way that it does? The first question, dine is and lion is the concerned words there. D-Y-I-N, dine means that literally it means dying, dying. But in the poem, it is pronounced as the word D-I-N-E. How do you pronounce dine? It is pronounced that way in the poem, just to make it rhyme with lion. Dine and lion. So to give you rhyming words, the poet has deliberately used the word dine instead of dying. expressions in Malayalam where these animals' names are used and with reference to animals are used in our language. Look at the line, a novice might not bless. Would you write this correctly? Why is the poet's incorrect line better in the poem?